My name is Varsha, and this is my story. I was born in a house that saw a child play and heard her laugh after 13 long years. Needless to say, I was pampered like a princess. I was loved by everyone, my parents, my grandparents, my extended family, my relatives, my neighbors. Every single person loved me. I was given everything I pointed my finger on. As a child, I was super sincere and extremely obedient. But I didn't talk a lot. I didn't share a lot. I didn't mingle around. I didn't even greet the guests who came over. My parents, like any other set of responsible people, thought it was fine. It was fine if I didn't speak to a lot of people. It was fine if I didn't say hello to everyone who came home. They never made me a trick pony and asked me in front of a bunch of people to display my talent. And they were okay if I did not participate in a lot of extracurricular activities. And consequently, I did not even have much friends in school. I didn't speak to many people in school. At times, I was even misunderstood as that girl who's rude and barely talks to anyone. A lot of times, because I did not understand the importance of voicing my needs, all those needs that were not visible, and all those problems that didn't seem grave were unknowingly unnoticed. I didn't even voice my pains and troubles, so much so that once a 16 kg heavy cylinder fell on my foot. It was afternoon time, but because I did not cry a lot, shout uncontrollably, and yell non-stop, I wasn't taken to the doctor until later in the evening. I recollect another incident wherein a teacher in a hurry was checking a Diwali vacation homeworks, and she erroneously put my book with a pile of books of students who had not done their homework. I was called in front of the class, insulted and punished. I had done my homework. It was completed neatly, well in time. But I didn't say a word because I was taught you don't argue with your adults. You don't question your teachers. Moments later, after she saw me crying helplessly and after a lot of consoling, I simply showed her my book and she realized that it was her mistake. She felt extremely guilty and apologized immediately. Things, however, took a 360-degree turn after college. I joined engineering, and engineering meant a lot of group activities, a lot of group presentations, and I couldn't survive without asking for help. I made friends who would speak to me if I did not make sense, friends who would speak to me if I didn't talk much, friends who were grateful to me if I helped them with the assignments. And I couldn't survive without asking for their help because we live in an interdependent world, isn't it? No one actually is truly independent. Though engineering wasn't a course that helped me explore my potential to the fullest, I guess engineering made me more aware of myself. Engineering made me stronger. Engineering made me believe in long-lasting friendships. But most importantly, engineering made me believe in the power of communication. My scores were pathetic, but I aced the vivas. My presentations were always stress-free and I did not get nervous at all. And engineering meant a lot of presentations. In addition to my change in approach in the external surroundings, I also noticed a change with the internal communication I had with myself. Exams would earlier give me nervous jitters and make me stressed, but now I was so accustomed to the whole scheme of things because in engineering you are supposed to give so many exams that I would tell myself, oh, you've dealt with worse. What's the worst that can happen? You can manage. Just show up and write enough. The reason I had an upper hand with the job and I secured a decent job even after having pathetic scores was because I did really well in the group discussion round. I believe that speaking was my talent and I had figured it out by then. So I just kept telling myself that when you speak, you better make sense. I worked in that company for a little over 2 years. I learned a lot. I trained a lot. I trained people. I traveled across cities to train people and, of course, gave a lot of presentations. But as fate could have it, I couldn't continue with working with them for more than 2 years because of health reasons. And I had decided to switch my careers. Teaching, that's not my cup of tea. I would always tell people who would recommend that to me. But during my tiny break, I figured that one thing that gave me immense joy, and if there was one section of people I enjoyed talking to the most, and I can do that non-stop, it was children. Children just brought a burst of energy in me. Children made me the happiest. And so I decided to give teaching a shot. The day I started teaching as a preschool teacher, I learned more than teaching. Children taught me a lot. They taught me about the importance and value of selfless love, about the value of curiosity. Their inquisitiveness amazed me, their eagerness amazed me, their attention to detail amazed me, and I was having the time of my life. Miraculously, I stumbled upon speech and drama, and since then, there has been no looking back. Speech and drama introduced a different dimension in my life. I started looking at my ideas, my thoughts, my beliefs in a different light after being introduced to speech and drama. It made me understand the importance of play and movement while teaching, the importance of free expression. It made me understand how could I use art as a very important tool to teach values to children. It made me free myself more. It made me more expressive, and it gave me that opportunity to teach the same to the next generation. Something I believed I was never exposed to. I was never the child who was deprived, who had a unhealthy childhood. I had the most beautiful childhood. I had the most beautiful, and I still have the most beautiful parents who love me a lot. I was given the excellent schooling ever, but I was never introduced to communication channels. I was never introduced to an environment where I could express myself a lot, where I could speak a lot, where I could ask a lot. And this is what I wish to change for other children through my initiative Vocalize. Through Vocalize, I want children to be introduced to this beautiful, magical world of stories, poetries, drama, music, art. I want children to dive into this beautiful ocean of speech and drama and explore their talent to the fullest. I want children to nourish their skills. I want children to speak their hearts out. I want children to let us know what they feel like, whether they like something, whether they dislike something. I want children to freely question everything and everyone around without a hint of reluctance. I want children to vocalize. Thank you.